if you're an SMMA making at least 30 to 50K a month, I'm going to show you just now a process that will easily 2x your acquisition rate and your fulfillment for your clients, allowing you to deliver better results and much faster. Okay, so this is where the process starts for your SMMA, okay? And this is going to be a high level overview, and I'm going to give you a use case of what you should be doing and how you should use this system. So let's start the process, okay? Once you have won your client and now you've added them onto your Slack channel, you will send them an onboarding survey. Once you get all the details from that intake form, you'll go ahead and use that to map out the funnel flow for your client. Once you're happy with what that funnel flow looks like, you're going to then build wireframes based on that funnel flow. And then you will build the final design of what that funnel is going to look like, the landing page, whether it's a landing page or an opt-in page or whatever type of funnel page it may be. And then you'll build out that funnel on a funnel platform, and you will ensure that all the automations and integrations are put in place. And that's where the process ends. And the beauty about this process is once you have figured it out, and if you are working on a very specific niche, for example, you're only working with fitness influencers, this can be completely templatized, and it will make you scale even faster, right? Forget 2x, 3x, 4x easily. Now, let me give you a use case for how you should be using this process properly. So let's start again in the beginning, right? You've just closed your client and now they're on Slack. You've onboarded them, you've introduced them to the team. Next, you need to send them an intake form where they will tell you all the information they need, okay? Tell you exactly what they need, give you a list of leads, whatever it may be, whatever you use for your agency, whatever information you always take from your clients in the beginning, this is where they give it to you. So we use ClickUp for this. I'll open this quickly and show you an example. You would send them a link that would bring them here. This is just a very quick form I made, but you would edit this to be very specific to your niche and how you are usually doing it. So once they fill this in, because we're using ClickUp, it would be added into our ClickUp project management system, and then we'll have an entire pipeline of all the clients whose funnels we need to start building ASAP. Once the intake form is done and we know exactly what they need and we have a general idea, then we'll go ahead and map it all out. All right, we use a tool called Funnelytics to map out that funnel flow. So I'll open that quickly for you, show you what it looks like. So this is an example of what that funnel flow map would look like. Essentially, you want to fully map out the entire user journey that your clients' potential leads are going to go through, and you want to map out all the automations that will happen, all the tags that users will get once they enter a certain sequence. Everything is fully mapped out, not just the landing pages they go to, but the automations and the tagging and all of that. Obviously, this is quite an extreme example. If you have a much more simpler type of niche or client, you can do something much more simpler, right? So this is just a quick overview of that. Okay, so once you have fully mapped out your funnel flow, the next thing to do is build out the wireframes, and you should really be using a tool called Figma for this. Figma is a design tool. You can use Canva as well, but I recommend Figma. So let me show you what that would look like. Essentially, you want to build wireframes for your client that look something like this. I know this looks ugly, but this is a very crucial first step before you go ahead and just design what that final landing page will look like. Because essentially what this does is it gives structure and a copywriting framework to the funnel. Because now you'll show them what things look like and where it goes, and you provide a copywriting framework, as I said, because you can now go in here and you can edit this copy. And if you give this to a copywriter, if you're working with a copywriter, you have an in-house copywriter, this will 2x the speed it takes for them to write copy, because they know the structure of what the copy needs to look like. So it'll be much easier for them. And if you are an SMMA that has collaborative working with your clients, your clients, if you want them to do the copy, they can jump in here and they can edit the copy real time as you're building out the structure for this. And once it's done, then it's just a matter of adding the color, adding the images, and doing the final designs. So that's what we're going to talk about next. Once the wireframes have been built, then you need to make sure you build out the final designs. I'm going to give you a quick example of some final designs. something like this. These are just different landing page designs once they've been completed. Once that's done, then you'll go ahead obviously and build out these designs on the platform of your choosing, depending on what you predominantly use for all your clients. Maybe you have different platforms. You might use Shopify for some, or if you're very niche down, you're probably providing high level as a SaaS kind of thing. If that's the case, you'll build out high level. And then you will go ahead and make sure all the automations and integrations are put in place for that funnel. I'll give an example. This is one on high level. You can see the complexity of that automation, a bit crazy. But in this case, we've ensured that all the CRM structures are put in place, all the user tagging is put in place, the pipeline stages have been created, the deal flows have been created, and all the email and SMS sequences, are created and are put in place. So that is an example. Now, that is an example of how you should be using it, all right, in your SMMA. And let's quickly talk about the reason why you need to do this, right, the goal behind it. So this is a more realistic look, or at least what you should strive for this process to look like. I've added in these fields about the approval, because really how it should be working is between each step, there should be an approval, right? Once you've mapped out the flow, you need to either talk to your team, right, or your client, depending on the type of client. If they're a client that's given you all the work and just expect you to do it all, then yeah, you need to talk internally with your team to make sure you approve what this funnel flow looks like. It's optimized, and then you go on to the next step. If it's not optimized, you need to go back and rework on it. And then you build out the wireframes, you approve if it's good, if not, rebuild. If it is good, go on to the final design, and so on and so forth. So there are always these gates put in place, and the reason that is to ensure that once you reach the end, once you reach the final design and you've built it out, and once you reach the process end, it eliminates the need to go back and do edits, right? It makes the final draft as close to the initial outcome your client has. As an SMMA, your biggest goal is to get this process right early on, because when you get this right, it allows you to launch your campaigns much faster. And by launching them faster, you can optimize them faster. And by optimizing them faster, you get better results for your clients, making them want to stay with you longer. And just, that's what you want as an SMMA, right? That's your main goal, to give your clients better results and tracking, okay? And because you'll be able to launch your ad campaigns with speed and at scale, you can onboard more clients in the same amount of time. So one of our SMMA agency clients, because our clients are SMMA agencies like yourselves, one of them, they're onboarding 15 plus new businesses a month, and they're deploying this process. So if I was to make it look visual for you, you want to basically do this. This is the funnel building process. You want to do that, okay? You want to speed up this process, reduce the time it takes to build out your funnels for your clients so you can launch your ad campaigns for them as quickly as possible. That is your main goal, that is your main objective. So, and the beautiful thing is, if you're in a niche, so going back to that fitness niche example, fitness entrepreneurs, this can be fully templatized. So you do it once properly, and then it's copy paste. And then for the others that are having, multiple different niches, it's the same thing. You'll just have different templates for different niches. All right, guys, now I know this is all well and good, right? But if you are an SMMA, as I'm sure you are, that is doing minimum 30K, 40K, 50K a month, then you know the value of what I've just presented to you. But you also understand the value of time, and you understand leverage. We work with SMMAs who are turning over 30K a month to 700K a month, and we ensure that they implement this process. So if you're an SMMA owner watching this and your business is within that scale of 30 to 700,000 a month, then as I said, you should be understanding the importance and the value of leverage. So that's why you need to get in contact with me and my team ASAP, or you need to DM me on Instagram, because we will completely take over this entire process I showed you. Right? We'll take over your entire funnel and automation process. We will do the implementation and the execution of everything funnel and automation related, allowing you to completely forget about this and just focus on the launching the ad campaigns. All right? Simple stuff, easy stuff. Book a call with me, DM me on Instagram. I'm waiting for you guys to contact me, okay? Let's get working. See ya.